Welcome to the show. You're watching India Inc.'s Dream Budget right here on NDTV Profit. Today's focus is on infrastructure, a sector that has been battling a triple whammy of depleting order book positions, broken cash cycles, as well as high debt leveraging over the last 1.5 years. Not just that, you've got shareholder value erosion in most of the infrastructure stocks, most companies going in for corporate debt restructuring. And in that light, it's important to see what comes out of the Union Budget 2013-2014 and what the sector expects Mr. P. Chidambaram to dole out. Joining me in this discussion, I've got with me an esteemed set of guests, Mr. Suneet Maheshwari, the MD and CEO at L&T Infra, Mr. Pradeep Singh, the VC as well as the CEO of IDFC Projects, as well as Manish Agarwal. He is the ED of Capital Projects as well as Infra Practice at PwC India. Gentlemen, thanks very much for joining and really appreciate all of you taking out the time. Mr. Maheshwari, let's start off with you. We've had this conversation with you before, and you've highlighted a few things that the infrastructure sector really needs, on an urgent basis, and a few things have started to progress, but not in full form.
Yeah, if I was to talk about just 3 items which I would like to see some movement in the last 1 year, we have seen movement on a few of the other ones, so I will not delve on it. We have heard something on the Prime Minister's office focusing on it has been replaced with the Cabinet Committee on Investments, which I think is progress. We just want to see how soon it can get implemented, but it's a progress in the direction. So let me just focus on things that need to be done still. I think the payment of dues by government and government agencies, NHAI, BSNL, ONGC, Power Grid and many other such organizations to Indian private sector, and I am now focusing Indian private sector infrastructure, is pretty large. Add to that the dues from state electricity boards to some of the power producers is also another factor. I would reckon that even if we focus on the amount that is due from central agencies to the Indian private infrastructure sector, which in my view is somewhere around 50 to 65,000 crores. If these dues can be settled quickly and we take the multiplier effect of this amount of say 50,000 crores to be at least 2 levels down, that is, they give it to suppliers who then also pay to steel and cement guys. So there is a cascading effect of almost, if 50,000 crores the base amount, of almost 1.5 lakh crores of liquidity crisis. I think quick settlement of dues by government and government agencies would still rank as my top priority, because this will definitely ease the liquidity crisis. The second is really on tax predictability. I think there has been year prior to that, there was ATCCF to launch tax-free infra bond. That was then taken off. You have had earlier, Section 23G, which was taken off. We have had a lot of uncertainty with respect to tax clauses. Infrastructure investments are, whether as private investment or whether as industrial houses, they are done for long term, and therefore predictability is a good idea. There is a concept of those which are older projects should continue to have it for the tenure that they were supposed to have. We need to have in time we should take view on the sunset clause extension like there is today for power, or to scrap to whether to have MAT and whether MAT in any way militates against what we want to give by way of Section 80IA. So I think there is a whole lot of things about, do we want to benefit in certain ways the infrastructure sector?
Yeah.
And the reason why we want to give the tax benefits is because government is not able to do it. So I think these are 2 important things which I would probably focus on, which if it can happen through this budget, I think it would make a sufficient kickstart on the infrastructure sector.